How did you like the practice today?
Actually, I liked it a lot, Jay. I thought the guys were pretty good. That usually happens, though. They look good, actually, the first day they come back. It's tomorrow that I'm worried about, the morning skate and then, of course, the game. Usually it gets a little sloppy, and I guess the only good thing is probably both teams will experience the same thing. Much needed for, the entire league, get the guys a couple of days off, and the guys that were fortunate enough to go to the All-Star game, that was not a whole lot of time and there was a lot of travel involved, so they didn't get the break maybe that the others did. But you know what, we're getting ready here for the home stretch, Jay, and we got some big games and a good month. Home games here in February. We're looking to have a continuation of what we've accomplished thus far and keep it going.
Big news coming out of the Reign locker room yesterday, and that defenseman Paul Ledoux would earn his first NHL call-up to the Los Angeles Kings. And you actually did a feature with Ledoux with the Reign Insider and a couple others about his play and performance. You said sometimes he looks like an NHL All-Star out there, and sometimes, he's learning. He's a young kid. But when you heard that news that he was going up to the big club, what were your thoughts and your assessment of his game and what he can bring to that group?
Well, obviously we're all extremely excited for him. It's a great opportunity, and it's a lifelong dream for everybody to finally play their first NHL game. Now, when he's going to get into the lineup, no idea, but certainly has improved immensely from where we got him from last year to where he is now, and we knew that going in. He's a special prospect with some unbelievable skills, and you know what? I think he'll be a good puck mover for him. I think he'll distribute the puck well and able to get it up to the forwards in a hurry, and I think that's the most important thing for your play in the NHL is to get the puck in the hands of the forwards. Get out of your own end, be crisp, be efficient. And you know what? He's probably going to have some hiccups along the way, but much the same as everybody else that goes up. It's just a matter of getting that experience and probably in the first game or so getting rid of the jitters that maybe come along with it. But I'm sure they'll pair them and place them properly and use them accordingly. So, you know what? Good for Laddie. It's a great opportunity, and you know what? It gives hope for everybody else that's looking for that first-time opportunity.
Did you get to talk to him at all? I know the All-Star break, everybody was kind of on different pages and what their schedules were like, but when you heard the news, did you give him any parting words of advice or anything you did similar to what you said to maybe Mersch or Dowd a year ago?
I always send out a little shout-out to whoever's going up or if they're coming back down, and just wished them well. You know what? Take advantage of the opportunity. And again, it's easy to say, play your game, do what you do well, and don't worry about anything. Well, of course, you know what? The nerves, as I said, will probably get the better of him in the early part of his first game. But you know what? He's a pretty talented guy, smart hockey player. He'll figure things out in a real hurry. And you know what? As I said, too, the veteran guys up there that they have, they'll welcome him with open arms, and they'll try and make it as easy and as smooth a transition as possible.
Last games before the All-Star break, you were tweaking up the defensive pairings a little bit, just trying to find a little bit more, I guess, comfortability or stability, however you want to phrase it, on that back end. Now you lose Paul Ledoux, a pretty offensively gifted defenseman, especially in power play scenarios. So now does that make things a little bit more challenging for you and how you're going to move things around?
Well, I mean, that's always something that we're working on. I mean, guys get hurt, guys go up. Sometimes you just change things for the sake of changing things. But we know we've got a go-to in Laverty and McDermott. They can go back together. We feel that we've got some real good depth with Schilling now. It gives us another player with a little bit of experience and some mobility. And we could be having Gilbert if at this time as we're talking. I'm not sure that the waiver period is over. So there's a guy with some experience and. You know what? It will sort itself out. Jay will probably tinker around a little bit, but it'd be nice to get some pairings and have them solid, just as you try to do with your forward lines. But sometimes it's nice to mix it up too. I like to keep you guys guessing.
Keep us guessing all the time. And then final question for you here, Stutz. You're taking on a red-hot team on the San Diego Gulls, picking up points in almost their last 10 contests coming into tomorrow's game. So it seems like it's a good test for this Reign group. In fact, the only setback they've had in this little hot streak before the All-Star break was against Ontario in that shootout decision. So it seems like you're going to have a pretty good test coming out of the break.
Hottest team in the American Hockey League right now is the San Diego Gulls, and you know what? We knew that going into the season that they were going to be good, and they've had some guys that have been out with some injuries, and perhaps they're getting healthier, or perhaps they've found their stride or their groove. But you know what? They've always played us well, and as always within our division, the parity, the competition, there's some great teams. So nice to get started and get back with a team that we've got a good rivalry with. And hopefully we can continue with our good ways of late and keep going in the right direction.